Alrighty, in this video, I want to cover how you can view DJI Photo Metadata, get information about it, and some additional info and tools out there. So when you capture an image with a DJI drone, put it into the computer, and then right-click on your computer here on the Windows side or Mac on my side, we're doing get info. You can see there's some base information like the device make, focal length, etc. But you're not really seeing all the information here when you just open up the properties or get info on the Mac here. And part of that is because the XMP information, which allows you to see more detailed metadata, is not shown on your basic photo viewer. We just have some of the EXIF information here. So the easy way to do it would be to just go open with, we'll go other, and then if you have a TextEdit tool or Notepad, you can go ahead and open it up, and then Control or Command F or Control F. We can search RTK because I know that's an information here, and you can start to see some of the XMP information here, like our GPS status. We're connected to RTK when this photo was taken. So we'll get into these shortly, but that's a quick down and dirty way to view photo metadata, is to right click and open with a text editor. So all of these fields, some of them are slightly self-explanatory, but to get more information, there's a few avenues to do that. So popping open the DJI website here, if you go to, for example, the Z1 payload and look at the download section, pop open the user manual along with some other drones, preloaded it here. If you go to page 22, you can see XMP data list. So it gives you the field along with the description. So for example, RtkFlag, we have different RTK statuses, 0, 16, 34, and 50, all represent different RTK statuses. So some information here, more detailed information is available if you go on the H20 series download section. At the bottom, there's a H20 DJI Media file metadata white paper, a zip file you can download. So I have that on my desktop here, unzipped it. And then part 2 is what covers photos. Part 3 covers video, which we won't get into too much here today. You can, with some payloads, record or access the video metadata as well. Another option is to just turn on the video caption and you'll get an SRT file with a lot of data there as well with your video file. But continuing on the photo side, opening part 2 of the white paper here, you'll see there's different sections, all sorts of information about the EXIF file, what are some of the EXIF tags, the XMP ones, and the DJI defined XMP properties are really what's unique here. So for example, if we're looking at gimbal pitch degree, something I've worked with in the past, where you're looking for all photos where the camera was straight down at 90 degrees. If running an inspection, the 90-degree photos happen to be right above the asset, so they were of interest. So essentially here, you can see detailed information on what the XMP information is, along with the definition. So flight yaw degree is removing the aircraft left and right, and different characteristics there, yaw, pitch, and roll. So really 3 different flight characteristics there. It's a different topic if you're not familiar with those. But great resource here in regards to more information on metadata side. And then lastly, what I find is an easier tool to use is actually called exiftool, available at exiftool.org by Phil Harvey. Just a phenomenal tool. You can download package for Windows or Mac. So previously downloaded the DMG here on my Mac and installed that. So now if we go ahead and open up, oh, not quit, and command terminal. So that will be command line on Windows, I think. Too used to the Mac these days. But I've previously installed this. So what I can do now is a few different functions on the exiftool website. Gives a lot of information, but some base commands would be, for example, if I'm going to this back here, it's on my desktop, or what's even easier, I can just drag and drop this in. And now I'm in this folder in my terminal, and I'm going to, for ease of use here, I'll just name this Z.JPG. But you can, with the exiftool, if you scroll down on the page here, actually generate a text file in the folder if you prefer that. So we can go terminal, exiftool, our text, and then I think it's called Z.JPG. Enter. Ah, forgot to do a space there. Unknown file attribute K. Oh, I shouldn't have parentheses there, actually. exiftool KAU G1 W TXT. Oh. One more space there. There we go. Typing is hard, but you can see we now have a text file that includes all of our specific metadata. There's a lot more things you can do with exiftool as well. For example, if you want to see what the actual tag names are within the file, we could go with just a -s and then our file name. Hey, first try that time. But you can see here on the left side, essentially it just removes the space for most of these. But if there was one of interest like RtkFlag, we want to make sure we had an RTK fix, which is 50, can go ahead and type exiftool. We'll just say RtkFlag is of interest for this specific photo. And then it'll print out just that. So RtkFlag was 50. So a lot you can do with this exiftool, like running through entire folders, sorting, rewriting data. So I think in a future video, we'll show kind of how you would automate that with some Python. But for now, always see a lot of folks asking questions about how you access metadata, what you can do with it. So there's one kind of overview for you on how the metadata side of things works. Thanks.